Hey guys, so I'm currently going through something that I think that you'll be able to relate to or, may encounter in some time in your life, and that is anxiety, selfishness, worry. I think that that is exactly what I'm going through. And I have been waiting about 40 days to close on my house, and thanks to my brother-in-law Mark and my sister Tiffany and my awesome lender Jen, it's finally happened. So, um, yeah, so of course, I'm closing on Tuesday. Well, I have to work, okay? And then I have to work all day on Wednesday I have to be at work at 9 to 9. So it's a pretty long day. And, like, I have to do that all through the weekend. And that's when anybody can help me, and so I'm sitting here and I'm just trying to think of who can help me. Who can help me move? Who can help me move? Who can help me move? And, the people that I thought about, I was like, yeah, they'll help me, and of course I was let down. And, they have their own lives, their own families, their own kids, their own jobs, whatever else. And so I'm sitting here and I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, why isn't anybody helping me? Why doesn't somebody want to help me? And I had to kind of take a step back and think, I'm being selfish. Like, I should be happy that I got this home and that God blessed me with this house and that nothing's wrong with it and that, anything that needs to be fixed is all cosmetic. And, I just had to like really uplift God in that minute and really just be grateful, even if it's not something that I can move on my own. So I'm sitting here and I'm just like, okay, God, if I can't move, whatever, I can move another day. I'll just move like a couple boxes that night or whatever I'm able to lift. And then I was just sitting here like, this is dumb. I'm going to have to pay for my storage unit. I'm going to have to drive from, Hudsonville again. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. I just want to move. I just want it to happen. And I'm going to make it happen. Like, that was my mindset. Instead of saying, okay, God, like, make a way. Help me, help me, find a way where there seems to be no way. Well, of course, then my sister Tiffany sent me a message and said that her Tuesday night plans had been canceled. Woohoo! So I'm going to be moving. She's going to help me. She's going to arrange like the U-Haul and whatever else for me so I don't have to worry about that. And then my friend Amber's going to help me. Thanks, Am. And also there's a guy that I work with, and he's kind of mean to me, and I thought he would never help me. I'm like, why should he? I'm kind of mean to him too, and whatever else. So I sent him a message on Facebook, and he's gonna help me too. Woohoo! Thank you. So yeah, so it just seems like as soon as I, took that minute to really thank God and really realize that if it doesn't happen on my timing, it's okay, because it's all going to come together, and eventually I will be moved into this house, whether it's the same day or it's a week later. But yeah, so it all came together, and it just really I kind of had to sit back and think about how selfish I was being and how demanding I guess I was being to expect everyone to just drop the things that they were doing and to do them for me. And that's not the way that we should be, and we should just be grateful for those things that we have in our life when we're truly blessed. I actually, speaking of being truly blessed, I want to share something else that happened today while I was actually at work. And I don't think this is a selfish thing. I think it's more of a gratefulness thing. And so that's kind of why I want to share it. There was a lady in our store today, and she, I had gotten a call from the back from Jamie, and Jamie was like, hey, tell her she had bought 2 like rotisserie chickens, and Jamie was like, they're smaller. Can you just tell her that we're only going to charge her, the $5.99 or whatever for them? And so the lady came up and I was like, hey, so I have some good news for you. And she's like, oh yeah? And I was like, yeah. And I said, we're going to take $2 off your bill today, for the chickens. And she was like, you don't have to do that. And I was like, yeah, I do. I said, we want, I'm like, the chickens are smaller. I said, so we don't want to charge you, the same as for like a normal price. And she was like, it's no big deal. And I was like, yeah, well, just like, let us bless you or whatever. And she was like, okay. Well, she didn't say okay. She was like so touched by this. She's like, those are really expensive chickens. They're like natural, like antibiotic free, and hormone-free chicken. She's like, they're pretty expensive. She's like, I don't mind paying that, and she just kind of like was like shocked. And so then she was like, well, I can't take that from them. She goes, she's like, who can I give money to? And I was like, and I was talking about, there's this, what's it called? Man, I just had it. It's Project Ponytails. That's what it's called. And they basically help abused children and women. And I'm not exactly like positive how they do it, but I know that they do it with horses and with like professionals and with artwork. So I just think that that's awesome, that they're able to bless someone else. So I was like, well, I said, if you really want to give money, I said, I would recommend this organization because like it's something obviously that we have at the store and whatever else. So she was like, okay, So then she put like $5 into this jar, and she, like, after I told her this, she put on her sunglasses, and like her face kind of got red, and she got like kind of emotional. And I think she just really felt, she had so much gratitude and whatever. And she's like, I have struggled for most of my life, and I have so much. I have been blessed with so much. And just like hearing her say that, like, I don't know, like it touched my soul. It was like inspirational, like something so little as in like $2 taken off your bill, like that had touched her so much that it like touched me. And I was like, wow, like I need to be more grateful for the things that I have, and I need to have a gratitude like that. Like I need to say, I am blessed with so much. I have so much. I have a job, and I have I have an opportunity, and I'm healthy to make my life whatever it is, and I want to bless people. I want God to use me, and I know I say this a lot, but I want to be used by God to bless whoever I can, like, and no matter in what, like, situation. And like, I want to share this story too. There was actually a kid, and okay, I'm sorry, I'm like getting off topic, but like, I think that every day we're given an opportunity to bless someone. And it's like Joyce Meyer always says, like, that we need to listen for those opportunities. And I had a kid who actually came into the store, and, he had his Burger King outfit on, and he had just biked up to the store, and it was like hot out. And so he, I could tell he was like really hot. And he like came in, and he was like, hey, he's like, do you guys have like a faucet that I can get some water out of? And I was like, opportunity. So I said to him, I said, hey, I said, I really want to bless you. I said, go pick out whatever you want from the pop cooler. And I said, I would recommend a Gatorade just because you're going to be outside. I said, but, whatever you want, I said, pick something out and then bring it back up. I said, it's going to be on me. So then he came up, and I had like paid for that water or whatever for him. He got water, which I thought was good. And he was like touched by it, and I was like, wow, I really hope that I bless that kid, and I hope that he passes that on. And I just think that's what we need to do, is like every opportunity we see, we need to bless someone. And I think that it does something. It does like an internal healing, like it touches someone from the inside. And I think that's because it's a rarity. Like, it's not something that happens on a daily basis. It's not something you see. And it's like the news is so full of negativity and sadness and murder and crime and all of these things that whenever we see like CNN does like this Heroes Week, like when we see things like all these people who start these groups to go out and help people who are like survivors from like different storms and whatever else, it's like, that's awesome. And that's why it touches our souls, because I think that it's like a natural like healing, or a natural like, it's like a spiritual thing, and it just changes us. And like, I think you have to be really cool to not be touched by those kind of stories, but that's just my personal opinion. But I hope that this touched you, and I hope that it made you realize that, you don't have to get upset. You don't have to be anxious or worry or whatever. You just have to realize that things, even if they don't happen in your time, they're going to happen, and you just have to keep praying and really asking God to show you who can help you through those situations. Or, if it's not necessarily something that someone else can help you with, just like pray and ask God to personally like walk you through these things and guide you through whatever you may be going through. But I want to share some Bible verses that I actually found online. And the first one I'm going to share is Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not into your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. I think that one kind of explains it itself. Psalms 37:4. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your ways to the Lord. Trust in him, and he will do this. He will make your righteousness shine like the dawn, the justice of your cause like the noonday sun. And then there's one other one that I wanted to share. Do not be anxious about anything. This is like perfect to my particular situation. Philippians 4:6. Do not be anxious in anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Jesus Christ. And then I'm going to share one last one, and then after that, I'm going to have to go because I have to go to bed. But this one's Matthew 6:25-27. Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is life not more important than food, and the body more important than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to your life? No matter what you're going through, just know that like God is there and he wants you to trust him in every circumstance. And I know that mine's a minor one, but it's still an example of how easy it is for us to get mad and stressed out and worried and just let the devil like completely take control of our lives, you know? And we have to make that decision that we're not going to get upset, and that, you know, if it's something that God wants to happen, then he's going to make a way, and he's going to let this happen, and he's going to help you to make it happen. He's going to guide and direct you, but you have to seek him, you know, you have to ask him. And yeah, I always want to say this at the end of my videos. I hope that this helped you in some way. I hope that God is using me as a vessel to bless your life. I hope that, you know, if there's something that you are going through that you want me to pray with you about, I am more than happy to pray with you. I want you to write me personally. You can Facebook me. You can send me an email. You can do whatever you need to do to contact me. And I just want to help you. I want to bless you. Like, no matter what you are going through in your life, I want to be, even if I have to be the intercessor praying for you, I'll do it. I just really want to be used by God, and I hope that these videos are honoring and uplifting to him, and that he continues to use me. And again, if you guys have any suggestions, any questions, any worries, concerns, anything, I'll keep them private. We can, you know, I've had a lot of people message me, and that's what a lot of my videos are based off of. But yeah, again, you guys have a great night and be blessed. And no matter what you're going through, just know that, you know, God has a plan and a purpose for you, and he is going to take care of you regardless of what the devil lies to you and says to you. Don't be a victim of the devil's lies. That is the one thing I want to end on. Don't worry or stress or be afraid. Just turn to God and trust him. God bless you. Have a great night.